Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be talking about a new service that I added on my website freemediatools.com. So this is cricket statistics. So the link will be there inside the video description. So if you go to this web service, you can just get the statistics of any ICC international cricketer here. So you just need to input the player name. So the nice thing about this web service is that as you type here, this is an autocomplete service here. So as you are typing here, you are seeing the suggestions as well. So now you can select any cricketer and then select and then click on get player info, and then it will tell you the all the statistics about that particular cricketer, how many stats, the batting stats, the bowling stats. You can see here the date of birth, birthplace, country name, test debut, ODI debut. So all this information we are fetching from a API called as Cricinfo API, and we are just displaying this information in a tabular like structure. So this is a very handy web service. You can just go to it. It is, the link is there inside the video description. You can see test debut, ODI debut, and batting statistics, bowling statistics. So you can see here. Let me take another example. So as you type here, you will get the suggestions. You can see. So this is the whole application that we will be building in this tutorial. So for making this web application, I have used a Node module here. So go to npmjs.com and search for this dependency, which is cric-player-info. So basically this is just a Node.js package on top of cricinfo. There is a website called as cricinfo. If you go to it, so this is a popular cricket related website, ESPN Cricinfo.com. So this is just a node package here, which is scraping the all the data that we are using here in order to display it inside tabular structure. So you need to install this dependency, and also all the source code is also given in the video description. The second link is the blog post here. You can see, if you go to it, step by step instruction is given that how to build this. So you need to install these four dependencies: Express, EJS, Request, and this Cric player info. And then there are two files that you need to make here. So copy to clipboard button is also there, so you can just copy all the source code. And at the bottom, the GitHub repository is also given. If you click it, you will be redirected to my GitHub repository. So here you can just click the code button and download the zip file onto your computer to follow along. And now to let's get started here. Let me just go to my desktop directory, and inside projects I will make here cmd make directory cricket app. So cd, and then we will initialize the empty package.json file by executing this command npm init-y. And after this we need to install these four dependencies, which is Express, EJS, and then also nodemon, which will automatically restart the server. And then we also need this cric player info and request. So these five dependencies you need to install here. So now just give some time, so it will automatically install these four dependencies inside your package.json. So I will be back whenever this is completed. Now you can see that all the packages are installed here. So now we can open this inside our Visual Studio Code text editor. So the very first thing that you will notice here, it will automatically has created a node modules folder in which all your dependencies are listed out. And if you open this package.json, this contains some basic information about your project. Now we need to initialize a start script. So simply type here start here. Just wait, I'm just typing here, guys. So here you just need to type here start here, in order to start your application by NodeMon. So we have installed the library NodeMon. So NodeMon and then your file name, which is index.js. We will create here index.js. And inside this dependencies section, you will see all your dependencies are installed here. So now we will simply make this index.js file, which will be the starting point of the application. So now now inside this we need to simply start the first of all our Express server. We need to first of all require the Express library, and then we need to make app variable. This is the obvious code for starting any sort of Express application. So we will make a simple get request app.get. So when we want to load the home page, we will load a template. So here we will use response.render, and inside this we will pass index, which is the name of the file. So here we are using EJS. So for that we need to create a views folder, and inside this we can create this file index.ejs. And now we need to tell Express that we are using EJS. So for telling that we need to set this view engine, and this view engine will be equal to EJS. And one other thing that we need to include is body parser middleware. So body parser middleware will be useful in order to fetch the values from the form. So this is a built-in dependency, you need not have to install it. So after this app.use, we need to use this body parser dot URL encoded, and inside this we need to pass this property which is extended to false. And there is a second line we need to write, which is body parser dot JSON. So this you need to include it. And now after this, guys, we can start our Express application app.listen. So this will be listening on port 5000, and a callback function will be also required just to console log that your app is listening on port. You can see app is listening on port 5000. So you can see that now we simply need to write a simple template, bootstrap template. So here we can change the title to cricket stats app like this. And for the form, guys, I can just copy paste inside my blog post. So you can also go to my blog post. So there is a simple form which is there. You can see I can just copy paste this here just to save some time. I can paste it. So in this we are using a simple form. I have provided an ID to it of form, and then we have a simple label player name where the user will input the player name. I have attached the ID to it of player name placeholder, and it is required. And then we have a simple button. And then we have created an empty div where we will be showing the information. And now we can start the application by running this command, which is npm run start. So basically this will start the application. And now if I make changes to this, we need not have to restart it. So now we simply need to open localhost 5000 on the system. So you can see this is the application. You can see this is the input field where we need to enter the player name. And now the first thing we need to do is that we need to include the dependency which we are using, which is in this case is crick player info. So just include this. And now let me just show you this dependency. First of all, how it works. So if you go to this documentation, you will see there are two functions, which is get matching player names. So now the first function will return the player names as you type here. So I will just show you how it works. So let me just close this. So this needs to be small d. So here the input will be Jadeja. Here you can see that. Now it will tell all the cricketers which contains this term, which is Jadeja. And now we can send out this response as JSON here. So we can just response.send json.stringify. We can use this function and then we can send out this response. And now let me just show you. So if I hit this route here, you will see now it will send out a array here which contains all the cricketers which contains this term Jadeja. So now we will make use of this method inside our input field. As we type here, you will see as we type we will show a autocomplete. So we will make use of this function. So now to get started, we will again replace this with the sorry, we will again replace this by response.render our index template. So right here inside this EJS, we need to write now our custom JavaScript. We will make use of Ajax here, Ajax call. We will make it so right here we have given an ID to this input field which is player name, and now we will attach a we will first of all target this input field and we will attach a event here which is key down. So whenever you press the key it will automatically trigger. So this is a callback function which will execute whenever you press a key inside this input field. So I can just alert here something is pressed. So you will see if I refresh here, so as I press a key here you will see a alert box here. So we are successfully getting this value. So now first of all what we need to do is that we need to make a simple first of all we need to get the player which the user has entered by we can simply do this by this dot value like this. And now we need to make a simple Ajax request here. The method will be post because we are sending data to the server. So this needs to be post and the URL will be, let's suppose, get player names. And now we also need to send the data. So we can send the data inside curly brackets. So this the property will be player name and we will be sending the player, and then we will have a success callback. So when the server return the data, so this function will automatically trigger. So we can console log this data here. So now we simply need to make this endpoint which is get player names inside our server, which is Node.js, which is very simple app.post. And here we need to make this endpoint get player names. This is request response. And now we can console log the player name which we are getting. So we can do this by request.body.player name. So this we can do this by this body parser middleware. You can see we have included it. So that is why the body parser is necessary. So let me just first of all check if it is working or not. If I refresh here, if I type anything here, RR, and if I check my, let me just see if it is working or not. Just wait guys, I'm just saying here. Guys, I figured out the error. The error was very simple. Inside this, I have used the wrong syntax here. You can see I have used the arrow syntax here. In jQuery, arrow syntax is not valid, so we just need to stick to the old convention here like this, function here like this. So this is the right syntax. So just make this modification, and inside this player variable, we can declare this variable outside, make this global variable, and that's it. And now if you just do here, if you refresh here, and if you type here anything here, no error will be there. And if I check the console, you will see I am getting all these values. So this is great. Now we just need to call this function, which is crick data get play matching player names. So I can just copy this function, go to my post route. So wherever I am getting this value, I will just paste it here. And instead of the static value, we can just replace the value which the user has submitted, request.body.player name. So this will return a promise here. You will see this is response. Let me just make it response. So now if I just show you, if I type anything here like Ross, and if I check my console, you will see it will return this JSON array which contains all the cricketers which start with which the name starts with Ross here, Ross Taylor, Ross Lyons. You can see. Now we simply need to send this array back to the client. So for this, we can just make use of a response.json method, and inside we can create a property info, and inside this info we can just equal response. That's it. So in this way we can just transfer the values from the server to the client by this response.json. And now to catch this value, we can go to our HTML file. Inside this JavaScript, we can just say console log, and we can replace data.names. So I can just change the this variable from info to names. That's it. And now you will see, if I just make this request, if I type Ross, you will see as I am typing here, all this information will be returned to me. 21 cricketers are there which the name starts with Ross here. You can see. So this is an array here. You can see. Now we can simply insert this array into a autocomplete field. So now guys, for the autocomplete functionality, we need to make use of a jQuery autocomplete plugin. So we need to include this jQuery UI CDN. You can see. I think my internet is gone, so let me just turn on my internet. So now guys, you can see we will make use of this jQuery UI. So we need to include the CDN for this. So this contains a widget which is autocomplete. So you can just go to this website cdn.js to get the latest CDN which are available. So instead of going to that, you can just go to my blog. I have copy pasted all the CDNs which are required for this tutorial. So you can just copy this like this, all the CDNs which are required. So you can just copy from my blog here, just go to the video description, and right here you can just paste it. So let me just delete this CDN here. We delete and paste it. So we have copy pasted all the CDN, all the libraries that we are using in this tutorial. This is the jQuery. You can see UI. We are including the CSS and the JavaScript library for the autocomplete. And now inside this input field, we just need to first of all filter out the values. For filtering out the values, you will see the code here. Let me just see. For filtering out, let me just wait, guys. Yes, so you can see. Let me just copy paste this code and then explain to you what is happening here. So we are making use of this filter function. You can see. I think this is equal. Just replace here data dot names, or we can just store this. Let me just do this. Sorry, player names. So here we can just declare a empty array variable, which is player names, which will be an empty array for now. So just declare this as a global variable. Now we can use this. You can see we can use player names. We will be equal to data dot names, and there is a method in JavaScript which is filter, which will filter out the values. So for each player we are figuring out which we are passing this regular expression. So we are passing the value which the user has entered. This is there inside this. Just replace this to input player. Just make this input player. So we are only showing the players which the user has typed. You can see it will be available inside this match variable. And now we simply need to um, do the autocomplete. So now for doing this autocomplete, I will just copy paste this. So first of all, we will target the input field, and then we will use autocomplete function here. This is the plugin, and here it takes the one property which is source, and source will be equal to the match array. You can see that's it. And now if you refresh here, if you refresh my browser, let me just go to my localhost 5000. If I type here ROS, it is saying that player is not defined. Let me just see where it is. Oh, sorry, we need to replace here input player. This needs to be input player. So now if I just show you to console here, if I, it is saying autocomplete is not a function. So let me just see, guys, why it is. Oh, sorry, my internet is again gone here. So just wait. So now, guys, my internet is on. So let me just show you this demo here. So as I type this value here inside this input field, ROS. So again, it is showing this error once again. Guys, I figured out the error. You just need to remove this jQuery min.js here. We have already included this, so you just need to remove this. We have already included this library here, you can see. So just remove this, and now this will perfectly work. You can see if I type RO, and you can see this is the drop down, the exact drop down autocomplete suggestions that we want here. So you can just select cricketer names here. So that's exactly what we want. Now we can just resize it, this drop down autocomplete. For this you can just write a custom style inside our style attribute. So you can just copy paste from my blog here. So you just need to paste it after the head here. You can just paste it here. So where we are just manipulating the maximum height to 300 pixel, overflow auto, and overflow x hidden. So it also adds a vertical scroll bar as well. So now if I show you, if I now type ROS, and now you can see it has added this beautiful scroll bar as well. So this is exactly what we wanted. Now our this functionality is over. Now we simply need to get the player info when we click this button. For that, we just need to move right here, and after this we need to target the form. We have provided a ID to it of form, and we can attach a submit event handler. So when the form submits, we need to prevent it by auto submitting, so e.prevent default. And also we need to get the value which the user has actually typed. For this, we again need to attach a on change event handler to the player name field here. So on, and this will be change. So whenever the value has been changed inside this input field, this callback function will execute, and we can attach this to the input player value, input player. So this will be equal to the value which is coming here, this dot value. So this is very important, you need to write this code. And now we can successfully get the value which the user has written. We can print this value or alert this input player, and you will see, if I again refresh this Ross Taylor, if I choose this value and click get player info, you will see we have exactly got this value Ross Taylor what we wanted here. So now we can again make another Ajax call. Now we will submit the player name for info. So again $Ajax, and inside this we will provide the method. Again, the method will be post because we are submitting data. The URL will be, let's suppose, get player info, and then the third property will be the data, actual data which we are sending. So here we are sending the player name, so this will be equal to input player comma success callback. So whenever the data has been returned from the server, we can just console log the statistics of the player, console log data. We will have the info here property. Now we simply need to go to index.js and make this post request. So app.post, and this will be equal to get player info, and this will be request response. And now we simply need to call another function which this plugin supports, which is this function, which is Cric data get player info by name. You can see this is a exact function. If I just paste it here, you will see we just need to replace this value from Brett Lee to request.body.player name. That's it. So again, this returns a promise dot then. You can see, let me just change this from response to response here, and in the same manner we can just transfer the data from the server to the client by using response.json, and we will have an info property. This will be equal to response. That's it. And now if I just show you, if I clear this, if I type here Ross Taylor, and it is saying, let me just see, some error has taken place. Oh sorry, Cric data is not defined, so this needs to be, I think, capital D. Sorry, capital D. If you refresh once again Ross Taylor, if I select, and now you will see it will return this statistics. This is a JSON response, and it will contain all this information about this batsman, batting style, batting average, all this data which we will display in the tabular structure. All this information is contained. So you can see, you can just pause the video, you can analyze this JSON structure. You can see all this information is available. Now we simply need to display this information. This is very simple. We again need to go to index.ejs, and right here we will copy paste some code here. This code will be pretty big, so I will not waste time writing this code. This is just some JavaScript code. So as we get the information, you will see this is the result variable, a long result variable which has all the information inside the tabular structure. You will see. I will just paste it here. Sorry, where it has gone. I will just copy this, and right here we will make a result variable, result, and this is backtick symbol. You can see backtick symbol is there, and paste it. And what has happened? I think we forgot to. Let me again copy paste it. So this is very frustrating. Mm, where it is? This one. Mm, so just wait, guys. We are just copy pasting here. Copy, and so first of all we will declare this. So what we result, just declare it, and then we can just start paste it. You can see. And lastly, we need to append this to a div which we have created. Let me just show you. We have created this empty div here, which we have given an ID to it of result. Now we simply need to append this result variable. So we can just say, you can target this div by its ID result. We can use append function, and then we can pass this result variable. And now let me first of all show you if it is working or not. So if I select Ross Taylor, click get player info, you will see it will display all this information about this player in a tabular like structure. You will see all this information. First is name, date of birth, birthplace, country, test debut, ODI debut, T20 international debut, IPL debut, last test, last ODI, last T20 international, last IPL match. This is batting statistics, number of test matches, test runs, average strike rate, number of 50s, 100s, high score, fours and sixes. Same goes for ODI, T20 and IPL. And this is the bowling. You can select a bowler as well. So let's suppose I select Trent Bolt. You can see one problem is there. It will append at the bottom here. You can see this is Trent Bolt. You can see. Now we simply need to clear out the input, clear out this result variable whenever a new request is made. So we can now go to our form submit. So these are some of the slight modifications that we need to make. So here we can just write, we can target this result div, and we can call this empty method. So basically this will clear out the old content which is there previously. Now if I just show you Ross Taylor, and now if I select another Trent Bolt, you will see now this has previously deleted the previous content, and now it is showing the new content. You can see. And one more thing, if I submit this form, I need to clear out this input value as well. So for clearing out this value, we can again target this input field by its ID, player name, and we can manipulate the value to nothing. So this will also clear out the input field as well. And if I type Ross, oh sorry, if I now type Kane Williamson, click, you will see it has cleared out this input field. If I type Tim Southey, you will see It is cleared out the input field. So in this way, guys, we have successfully created this uh, cricket statistics app. And one more thing, guys, if you don't write anything, this it will show you this error. Please fill out this field. And now if I fill out this any random stuff here, you will see nothing will happen. So this behavior I don't want. I want a behavior which is I will show an error message to the user. If you see my original app, if you type a invalid name here, you will see a warning which is error, player name doesn't found. We need to show this warning as well. For showing this value, we will make use of a suite alert library. If you search on Google, this is the library which we will use. You can see. And for using it, guys, we will have to make some slight modifications. So inside this, wherever inside our index.js file, we need to make slight modifications. I think this is there or not. Inside this, let me just check the previous code here, index.js. So inside get player info. So as you know that this returns a promise. So inside this get player info, inside index.js, this returns a promise. So we can just handle the situation whenever the data is not found. So by dot catch. So if any sort of error take place, we can just say, we can return out this response, which is response.json, and inside info we can say error message that player not found. That's it. And now we can just catch this message inside our index.ejs. So whenever we are getting this data here, so we can just compare here. If data.info is equal to player not found, then we can just show a alert message to the user that the player is not found. So let me just put a ending curly bracket as well. So just wait. So put this alert message here like this. Just wait here. I think this will go inside this. And now inside this input field, where it is get player info. So here we can display our suite alert error message. For displaying it, if you go to its official website, you will see various examples. You can see, you can just copy this and paste it inside your application. Paste. Instead of good job, you can say error, and you can provide a custom message that the player name not found, like this, some kind of error. And instead of success, you can say error. So this will show you a error icon. That's it. And now if I just show you guys, this will, if I write a invalid name, let's suppose, click get player info, you will see this awesome window which is saying to you that player name not found. So the application is complete now, guys. You can go to the video description for the live demo on my website freemediatools.com, and also check out some more tools which are available on this website. And for the source code as well, go to the video description, go to my blog post and download all the source code. And please like the video, subscribe the channel, and also share this video with your friends. And I will be seeing you in the next video.